What's up, creators and creatrixes? I'm Wicked. I'm giving power back to the people, and you can't stop me. Today we are going to discuss Candle Magic, but before we dive in, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and click that little bell so that I can keep helping you keep your third eye in the sky. If you're interested in a little extra power kick, head on over to the Wicked Witch's web, click on Wicked Coaching, and send me a shout out so that we can start co-creating your favorite experience together. With all that being said, let's get to it. Candle magic is one of the oldest practices that we have. For as long as humans have been making candles, witches have been utilizing them. There are a handful of different factors that go into candle magic, such as, but not limited to, the candle colors, candle cleansing and charging, candle dressing, the way the flame behaves, the way the smoke moves, and of course, the intention that you put behind it. We're going to dive down deep into all of these factors and what they mean for you and your practice, but first, my most important tip for candle magic is to never blow out your candles. Never. Now, of course, if you're using them as a civilian and just have them sitting around, this is a little bit different, but when you're using them for rituals, for spell casting, and for intentions, blowing out a candle can confuse the energies and it makes the magic weak. Instead, use some sort of a snuffer. If you don't want to buy a candle extinguisher, just go ahead and use the lid that comes along with them, or something of the like. Glass is perfect for this task, so if you have a large enough cup, you can always just put one right over the top and wait for it to go out. Now, let's dive into candle colors. When we think of music, we know that sound is vibrating air, but we don't often think about the fact that color is vibrating light. This is because it looks so solid to us, so tangible. You wear your red t-shirt, you can touch or pick green grass, you can pick up your purple notebook. But all of these things still hold their own frequencies, their own energy, and this is particularly important when it comes to magical workings. Different colors have different wavelengths and therefore put off different frequencies, which means that they can attract different frequencies. For this reason, it's really important to understand the energy that you're working with so that it correlates to that which you are trying to manifest. If you have watched my chakra videos or you're familiar with the chakras at all, then you know that the different energy centers in the body have different colors that correspond to different things. This transfers over to almost anything you're going to do in the magical realm when using color. Now, I've got to put a little bit of a disclaimer in here because the information I'm about to share might cause some differences in opinions due to the way that society has conditioned us. If you look at the chakra system, the root, which is red, corresponds to resources, stability, and security, i.e., money. The heart chakra, which is green, corresponds to love. In my own practices, I do find it okay to use a green candle when manifesting money because it corresponds with abundance and growth. But I always use a red candle and only sometimes use it with a green candle. When I'm doing workings with love, I use a green candle because it corresponds to the heart chakra. And I actually usually avoid using a red candle for love workings because red can really connect to the shadow side. And trust me, you do not want to start dating your shadow self, okay? This is something that you want to heal up and deal with before you get back out there because when we don't handle our shadow, we project it into those around us. And there's nothing messier than being in a relationship with your own worst facets of yourself. If you're casting for love, make sure you combine your red candle with a green, pink, or white candle to add some purity to the spell. This will help to keep the shadow side tame. If you find that you're really torn on this matter, use a pink candle. Pink is high vibrational, but my best advice is to do whatever makes the most sense to you and feels right because it is your own energy that you are going to be working with here. However, I am inclined to believe that there was a reason for this little switcheroo in the world, and I think it's got something to do with keeping people separated from their power. That's why I felt it was important to share my take on this, because it is a bit strange. The root chakra is, again, all about security, stability, resources, money. And yet, it is red. And most money, at least here in my country, is green. We're taught that red is the best color for love, but it represents passion, not true, deep love. If that's what you're going for, you want to interact with green. Now that I've got that out of the way, let's talk about the color specifics. As I stated, red corresponds with the root chakra. This is vital energy. It is strength, stability, security, resources, passion, courage, instincts, fast action, and charisma. Orange corresponds with the sacral chakra, and this is connection. It is success, celebration, business, justice, opportunity, and ambition. It is driving forces. Yellow corresponds to the solar plexus, and it is intelligence. It is reason, ego, focus, learning, and it can also be associated with joy, comfort, hope, and happiness. Green corresponds with the heart chakra. This is love. Now, of course, like I said, this is counterintuitive for most of us because we're taught to believe that reds and pinks correspond to love, but in reality, it is green. The heart is green. Green is nature. It is physical healing. It's abundance, growth, fertility, and trust. Blue corresponds with the throat chakra, and this is communication. It is inspiration, creativity, confidence, forgiveness, and travel. Indigo and purples correspond with the third eye chakra, and it is vision. It is psychic abilities, dreams, wisdom, hidden knowledge, and authority. Violets and pinks correspond with the crown chakra, and it is high vibration. It is connection with the collective consciousness, connection with the universe, integration, infinite intelligence, and powerful emotion. But, of course, there are other colors outside of the basic chakra system that all have their own meanings, such as white, which is spirituality, peace, the higher self, and purity. And because of its purity, it can be used as a substitution for any other color. However, if you are going to use it as a substitute, I recommend having the color that you're going for nearby. You can do this by simply tying a colored cord around the candle, placing a crystal of the desired color nearby, or carving the color name into the white candle. Next up is gold, which is often used to represent the divine masculine, but it can also be used for success, happiness, and good luck. Silver is used for the divine feminine, but it can also be used for intuition, psychicism, dreams, the moon, and fertility. Brown is used for protection of the home, animal workings, material goods, and stability. Black is often used for banishing, binding, protection, and just dispelling negative energy in general. But remember, black carries with it all of the color frequencies, making it an incredibly powerful color. Once you have selected your candle color, you may want to cleanse and empower it further by charging it and dressing it. No, you don't have to make little outfits for your candles here. Try to think outside of the box with me. What I'm talking about is passing candles through smoke and anointing your candles with specific oils to give them an extra power kick. To cleanse and charge your candles, pass them through the smoke of an incense that corresponds with your working or some sort of purifying smoke like sage. Do this as little as 3 times and as many as 9. Congratulations, your candle is now charged. To anoint your candles, find an oil that corresponds with your workings and dip your finger in it. Start at the top of the candle and drag your finger down. As above, so below. Do this until the entire candle is damp. At this time, there's got to be like 8,000 different essential oils in the world, so I'm not going to go through all of them right now because this video would be like a month long. I am working to compile a list, like a dictionary of herbs, incense, and oils over on the virtual Grim at the Wicked Witch's Web, but like I said, there's countless herbs in the world, making for countless oils and incense, and I am just but one witch. I will tell you that if you are doing love workings, rose oil is perfect for this because the rose itself is the closest we can get in vibrational frequency to match the frequency of love in the natural world. And you will notice roses are a combination of red and green. Basil and cinnamon are both really good for money, and dragon's blood can give any spell or working an extra power kick. I use it as often as possible in all of my rituals, and I always put it into the candles that I make for myself. As for any other intentions, with the popularity that essential oils has gained in the modern world, just a little bit of digging can heap a bountiful supply of information as to what you might need to use for your specific intention. But it's important to know that you can also use a carrier oil such as olive or coconut to get the job done in a pinch. And I feel like I may live to regret saying this, but first let me say I in no way condone self-harm. Your animal has done nothing but show up for you every single day of this life, so try to treat it with respect. However, it would be a disservice for me not to share what I know, so I'm just going to say it. You can also use your blood as a very powerful way to anoint candles. Ladies and AFABs, this is going to be particularly easy for you, but men, just prick your finger. Now onto the flame. Witchcraft is, if nothing more, a quest for hidden knowledge. And those who are brave enough to go seeking the answers might just turn to the craft to help them understand themselves, others, the world, and situations that happen in it. The flame can really help you do that. When the flame is high, your workings are supported and likely to come into fruition. Black soot, like a lot of it, likely means that your intuition, desire, spell, or workings are just not being supported at this time. This is likely because you yourself are not in the right vibrational frequency to bring it about. But it can also be an indication that you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. You'll have to use your own discretion to figure that one out. A low or slow burning flame isn't necessarily a bad sign, but it does mean that things are moving slowly and it may take a while for these things to unfold. A slow burning flame can indicate that there are obstacles in the way of your manifestation and that it will take some time and perhaps some extra effort to get it to unfold, if it does at all. A flickering flame can be a great sign that a spirit is present, but it can also mean that your request has been heard or that your intention has already been accomplished, depending on the situation. A jumping flame signifies extremely high energy, and this is a great sign. It can also be an indication of a quickness, meaning that your manifestations will be happening soon. A dancing flame signifies success, but that there may be complications in bringing it about. Don't be discouraged, though. There's nothing wrong with a few hurdles to keep you on your toes. A popping flame would signify that a spirit or a guide is trying to communicate with you. Now would be the time to grab some pen and paper if you're into that kind of channeling. Otherwise, get your tarot deck, your Ouija board, your rune stones. I don't judge. Just find a way to become open to their messages. When a flame is weak, this can signify that there is not enough power or energy in the workings and that the efforts will be ineffective. But that does not mean that you can't try again when you're feeling recharged. When a flame self-extinguishes, this usually indicates a resolve. It could mean that whatever you're intending upon is already in the works or already done. This is usually a good sign. If a candle won't light, this is a stop sign. Now is not the time for these workings, and there are things to be taken into consideration before you proceed. Another thing to know is that if the candle has a nice clean burn throughout the workings, this is a fantastic sign that the spell is going well and things will manifest as planned. Now let's talk about the signs in the smoke. When the smoke rises directly upward, it means that the energy is cleared, and this is a very positive sign. When the smoke moves in the northern direction, this means that you have downloaded or acquired the information or knowledge that you were seeking. When the smoke moves in a southern direction, this can indicate a regeneration, shifting, or a transformation in the events that are unfolding. Essentially, this means that things are changing, which means that you might want to wait before you cast this spell. When the smoke moves in an eastern direction, this means that the energy has been cleared or moved through. When the smoke moves west, this is indication that emotional purification is needed or that you need to go through some sort of transformation. Essentially, this means that you need to adjust your vibrational frequency before you try this one again. Black smoke can be a sign of negative energy or that the energy surrounding you is very thick and things could take time to unfold. White smoke, on the other hand, is a positive blessing of the smell, and it usually means that you can expect the results to manifest. Spiraling smoke is always a warning sign. This doesn't mean a warning to not do the spell or to stop casting it, but rather that you should take caution in your workings and protect yourself in the days to come. As with everything else, your intention is the most powerful thing here. It will dictate your candle colors, the dressings, and the results. If you step into ritual with a solid intention, it is unlikely that you will fail. If you step into ritual with a wishy-washy intention, you're going to receive the same wishy-washy results. And if you step into a ritual with disbelief, you're not going to get anything. One last thing to know is that when the candle goes out, the spell is complete, much like this video. Now, I know I've shared a lot of information here, but do not fret. I have already posted the article that I based this video off of onto the Wicked Witch's web, so you can go back through it, take notes, or reference it anytime that you need. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure to like and subscribe so that I can help you keep your third eye in the sky. Stay blessed.